pull your endorsement of Mark Robinson?
I don't know the situation.
That was Donald Trump claiming that he knows nothing about the Mark Robinson situation in North Carolina. Let's also talk about what Donald Trump was saying at this very bizarre New York press conference or speech that he gave. He continued to talk about Vice President Kamala Harris working at McDonald's. He's obsessed with that. Here, play this clip.
And despite all of this, Kamala Harris intends to stand before the American people tomorrow and lie. She's going to lie just like she did about her job at McDonald's.
Donald Trump was then asked about New York City's mayor, who was just indicted. And Donald Trump wants to spread a conspiracy and say that he was indicted because of his position on immigration. Here, play this clip.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the mayor well, but he's been fairly generous to me in his statements for a while. I thought you had the worst mayor ever that we had prior to him. I will say this. I watched about a year ago when he talked about how the illegal migrants are hurting our city and the federal government should pay us and we shouldn't have to take them. And I said, you know what? He'll be indicted within a year. And I was exactly right, because that's what we have. We have people that use the Justice Department and the FBI at levels that have never been seen before. So I wish him luck. I don't know anything about what he did, but I told a lot of people right over there, that group was saying, you know, sir, you were right about that. When they mentioned that, I said, they came in and he was pretty strong about it. He said, this is really unfair to make us carry this burden. We shouldn't be doing this. This is New York City. I mean, your parks are loaded up. I just passed recently Madison Avenue, the Roosevelt Hotel. It's like nobody would recognize it. That's Midtown. But he came out very strongly against it. He was right, by the way, because it's ruining our country. He was honest. And I said, he will be indicted within a year. And that's what happened. And I noticed the indictment's very old. It goes back a long time. Well, I had the same thing. They went way before the statute of limitations. So I wish him well, but I said that he will be indicted because he did that. You take a look. That's what they do. These are dirty players. These are bad people. They cheat and they do anything necessary. These are bad people. And we need an honest Justice Department. We need an honest FBI, and we need it fast. Yeah.
Donald Trump then says he wants an apology from ABC based on how they handled the debate that he lost. Again, he's just such a whiner, but he calls it an apology. Here, play the clip.
And I haven't gotten an apology. I want an apology from ABC.
Donald Trump then says that Nancy Pelosi needs to be prosecuted for January 6th. Here, play this clip.
And Nancy Pelosi has a little problem because her husband sold their Visa stock. They had a lot of Visa stock one day before Visa was announced that Visa is being sued by the Department of Justice. Think of that. Nancy Pelosi sold vast amounts of Visa stock one day before the big lawsuit that we all read about a few days ago was brought against Visa. You think it was luck? I don't think. She should be prosecuted. Nancy Pelosi should be prosecuted for that. And she should also be prosecuted for J6 because she turned down 10,000 or any number she wanted, soldiers or National Guard. And I hope you all read John Solomon and what John Solomon wrote 2 days ago.
By the way, when Donald Trump makes a statement like that, in addition to it being a lie, it's also an admission against himself. If he's saying that somebody needs to be prosecuted for January 6th, which, by the way, I agree with, he's essentially saying a crime was committed, which, again, I agree with, but he was the one who committed the crime. Also, Special Counsel Jack Smith made a big filing earlier today, about 180 pages in length, in the Washington, D.C. criminal case. More Donald Trump talking about Vice President Kamala Harris working in McDonald's. Play this clip.
These people are a fraud. Just like nobody talks about it, but Kamala never had a job at McDonald's. Her resume talks about McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's. When I worked at the French fry counter, it was so tough, so hot. She didn't work there. She never worked at McDonald's. It was a lie.
Donald Trump again spreads this horrific xenophobic rhetoric about Haiti and Haitians in Springfield. He just keeps on going at it. Play the clip.
Looking for interpreters because nobody in all of the 32,000 people that took into the town, think of this, you have a town of 50,000 people, and almost instantly you have 32,000 people, in this case from Haiti. Most of them don't speak English, so they're looking for interpreters. You have to get them out. We have to save our country. You have to save these towns. They flooded the job market with low-wage migrants, but many cases migrants that also have horrible criminal records, murder, drug dealing, so many different things, a lot of human traffickers, and it's mostly human traffickers in women. Last month, American-born workers lost 1.3 million jobs. This is last month. You know, when they lowered the interest rates, they weren't doing it necessarily just for political. Our economy is terrible, especially when you add inflation into it. Inflation has destroyed our middle class. It's destroyed our senior citizens. And all of these people coming in are horrible for the black population and the Hispanic population. They're taking the jobs of the black population at levels that they've never seen before. Hispanic also, they're suffering. And the family.
As I discussed in another hot take, there's over 500,000 Haitians who live in Florida, where the polls are tightening there, and Vice President Kamala Harris could turn Florida blue. So Donald Trump keep making those statements. I think we'll see an interesting result out of Florida. Here, Donald Trump, though, further attacks United States cities, spreading conspiracies about Aurora, Colorado. Here, play this clip.
We'll send a federal law enforcement large group of people, but a tough group of people to liberate Aurora, Colorado. The governor of Colorado is petrified of these gangs. These are Venezuelan gangs with equipment better than our military has, going in with guns. The governor of Colorado is a coward. He's afraid to do what you have to do. And every other.
And then Donald Trump says that Caracas in Venezuela is a better city than cities in the United States of America. Play the clip.
They're bringing people at record levels to our country. These are criminals, and their crime rate is the lowest it's been ever that anybody can remember. Caracas has become a safe and wonderful city, unlike our cities that are getting worse and worse with this horrible invasion that Kamala in particular, because I'm no fan of Biden. He's been a terrible president, doesn't know what he's doing, and he proved that during the debate. But you know what? He assigned her the job, and whether you call her a border czar or just say that she was put in charge of the border, doesn't make any difference. Same thing.
Donald Trump is asked about a ceasefire in Gaza, and his response is there needs to be something done one way or the other. Here, play this clip.
Okay.
Yesterday at the UN General Assembly came together to call for an immediate ceasefire. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is speaking at the UN tomorrow. He has refused to do that. What would you do differently to prevent the Middle East?
Well, you have to have that ended one way or the other. The world isn't going to take it. You have to have that ended. And I would think that we're getting close to a point where maybe it can end pretty soon.
Donald Trump then says he's going to go into towns like Springfield and Aurora to show how bad they are. Play this clip.
He's afraid to do what you have to do. And every other town that has been taken over by the migrant gangs and criminal alien thugs. And I think I'll go to a couple of these towns over the next 2 weeks. You'll see for yourself what's happened to them. They've been literally destroyed.
Here, Donald Trump realized he's about to say, ever seen twice. Play this clip.
You will hear Kamala claim that the reason the border is not secure is that Congress has refused to pass her atrocious border bill. It's the worst bill you've ever seen. It would allow people to come in here at levels that would be incredible and would.
Donald Trump continues to say things like, they come and they keep coming, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. Here, play this clip.
They come and they keep coming and coming, and nobody has ever seen anything like it.
Then he just starts to like list numbers and like, there are 3 reasons. Here, play this clip.
Their policies are so wrong and so evil and so unfair. And there's only 3 reasons they want to do that. Number 1, they're incompetent. And I'm not sure that that's the reason. Number 2, they want it for the votes. And number 3, you know what that one is. We don't have to talk about that one. But there could.
By the way, earlier in the day, Donald Trump was selling watches for $100,000. That's his new thing. He was selling Bibles before and NFTs. Now he's selling $100,000 watches. It's an interesting number as well. I wonder, I'm just being curious here, if this is a way to get around campaign finance rules if people are buying $100,000 watches. It makes me think about his response to Mayor Adams. So that's something that's on my mind. I think it's on the voters' minds as well. For example, as we learned in Georgia today in the new Fox poll, that Vice President Kamala Harris is up 3 in the great state of Georgia. Well, that's it for now. I'll keep you posted. It's good being back here, just seeing y'all. And Brett and the team are doing such a great job. Make sure you hit subscribe, help us get to 4 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.